What's the one thing that stops most of us from fulfilling our goals and dreams? It's often the one thing that can keep you from even getting started. It's also something that keeps us from developing rewarding relationships with other people. The solution to tackling this problem that I'm about to share with you is not one that many people are actually talking about. So, what is this problem? Yes, I'm talking about your destructive, negative mind chatter. But first, let's talk a little bit about where this negative mind stuff actually comes from and its various flavors. Needless to say, like most deep-rooted issues of life, this negative voice in your head comes from some aspect of your past. Your negative voice is a product of so many external influences like your education, where you grew up, your cultural expectations, individuals in your life who've shaped your thinking, and so on and so on. Often, it's the voice of one or more people from your younger days, people who have now become squatters in the crevices of your mind. They've become embodied as your inner critic or inner judge.
Come on, it's faster than he looks.
Oh, okay, here we go.
You coming?
Nope, I can't do it. Never in a million years.
Hey. I know your problem. You got a Bruno in your head.
A Bruno?
Yeah, I get one too sometimes. Alberto, you can't. Alberto, you're gonna die. Alberto, don't put that in your mouth. Luca, it's simple. Don't listen to stupid Bruno.
It could be an especially strict parent or a relative or a teacher or some bully figure whose voice has now become your own, with its indictments such as, I'm not good enough, I'm stupid, I'm not bright enough, I'm a loser, I'm too fat, I'm too thin, I'm too ugly. It could even be someone that you looked up to at one point, but then who betrayed your trust. That nasty little voice can be so self-critical. Fully fledged, it gives rise to imposter syndrome. Sometimes the negative mental chatter is made up of fears that have a real stranglehold over you. Unarticulated fears that linger in the blind spots of your mind, like dark shadows hanging over you. Uninvited squatters in the mind, as I mentioned earlier. In any case, there's usually pain or fear associated with the negative chatter. I call repetitive negative thoughts in my mind as mind monkeys. Just like those noisy monkeys in a forest, our mind is incessantly chattering, all of its own accord. It's going on in the background, like monkeys bounding from one tree to another. These negative thoughts are actually just as unruly. Sometimes they become a part of your mental and emotional landscape without you even being aware of them. Sometimes, triggered by some event, their noise can become so loud that you actually can't hear yourself think. As with monkeys, the more you try to fight them, the more they hound and harass you. So here's the thing not to do with negative thoughts. Don't fight them. Don't try to control them.
Shut him up. Say, Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Louder. Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Don't even begin trying to silence them. There's only two things to do with your mind monkey noise. The first is to recognize when it shows up, and the second is to tame that noise. Tame your mind monkeys. I've even recorded a meditation, a guided meditation called Tame Your Mind Monkeys. You can find the link to that meditation in the description below. So, why bother dealing with the negative voice in your head at all? Because this type of negativity limits or even kills your possibilities in life. It interferes with your ability to believe in yourself. It keeps you from being free to be happy and from getting the most out of life. It stops you from developing rich, rewarding relationships with people. And ultimately, because it keeps you from the real you, because the real you exists in the part of you or part of your consciousness where this mental chatter subsides. So, how do you tame your mind? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Western teachers tell us to get even more busy with our mind. They tell us to train our mind to turn the negative thoughts into something useful and positive. They tell us to control these thoughts. Some thought leaders even tell us to take ice baths to break the flow of these limiting thoughts. And this is all fine. But the mind is where the negative thoughts were actually created in the first place. So, should you look for a permanent solution there? What I've found is that there's a much more simple, easy, and effective way to tame the activity of the mind permanently. and is something that the philosopher sages of ancient India have gifted to us. Sage Patanjali, in his epic text called the Yoga Sutras, says pranayam, which are yogic breath practices. He says pranayam removes the veil covering the light of knowledge and heralds the dawn of wisdom. In the Bhagavad Gita also, it is said that one must practice breathing exercises. It says by virtue of these breathing processes, the mind cannot wander to external thoughts. The process given is really simple. Let's do it together. So all I want you to do is to stay where you are, be where you are, just take a seat, be comfortable in that seat and take a breath in. And then inhale slowly, smoothly, and draw the breath even a little deeper into your body. Then hold the breath for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Now exhale really slowly and consciously. Slow, smooth exhale, and then hold the breath there for a count of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now inhale again really slowly and draw the breath even deeper, relaxing your belly, and hold the breath in for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale really smoothly, really consciously, really slowly, and then hold on the empty for a count of 1, 2, 3, and 4, and resume the pattern of breathing for about 7 to 10 times, and you'll notice that the mind will become steady and free from external disturbances. The reason is that the breath is the medium for prana or prana, the vital force that grants us not just life, but it's the conduit for drawing in the intelligence and wisdom that exists beyond the limitations of the human mind. Breath, when consciously engaged, calms the activity of the mind and connects us to Atman, that consciousness that is forever present beyond the noise of our mind and our ego. In connecting with that part of you that is free from contamination of our human experiences, you don't need to work on controlling the negative mind chatter. You don't need to control anything. Rather, you entirely transcend the limitations of the mind and enter into a state of calm and peace with ease, a state that is already existing just beyond that mental chatter. You enter into a state of real stillness and silence. You enter the field where all seeds of possibility exist, the seeds of genius, the seeds of healing, the seeds of bliss. I hope you found this video useful. Do check out my guided meditation called Tame Your Mind Monkeys, link in the description below. Also watch my other videos called Why You're Unhappy and Feel Good Faster. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me. Do leave me a comment also and tell me which of your mind monkeys are the loudest. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.